Game number 27 of the Bourne Braves season. The Bravos are back out east to take on the Chatham Anglers for the third time and the second time here at Veterans Field. Welcome into Before along with you here from Chatham. The Braves and Anglers doing it tonight on a very special night. First responders, it's going to be a big crowd. It's a beautiful night for baseball, and it's two teams going at it. The only team left in the Cape that the Braves have not beaten this season. So the Braves looking for a little bit of revenge here at Veterans Field. But, Nick, let's just start off. So nice to be here. So nice to be here on this beautiful night here in Chatham. We talked about it, Military Appreciation Night. It's going to be a very special night.
It cannot get better than this between First Responders Night, the military appreciation. This turnout, outstanding, and we have picture-perfect weather. We've had a lot of rain this year, a lot of clouds this year, but tonight, blue skies overhead, the sun's out. It's warm. Got a nice little breeze. I mean, this is perfect.
I'm surprised you said that because there has to be a little part of you that feels responsible for the rain delay last night because you gave the same spiel last night. Oh, beautiful night for baseball, no clouds in the sky, and then there was an hour rain delay. So you must have been knocking on some wood when you said that, right?
We'll just skip over this part and we'll just get into the analysis. We don't have to worry about this.
Okay,
I'm
so
no weatherman. I'm no meteorologist.
Nick Galley, that is him admitting that he jinxed the weather in last night's game against Orleans.
Yeah.
But let's start there. Let's go back to last night. The Braves, in a game that had an hour rain delay in the middle, they went back-to-back with Orleans. And it was one thought the team who was at bat was going to win, and that was the Bourne Braves, who walked it off for the third time this season. An RBI single up the middle by Peter Burns to win that game. It's just another chapter in the historic storybook season that has been the 2021 Bourne Braves.
Yeah, it's been crazy. All I know is that I was trying to write the recaps during the games. I think I've mentioned this before.
Here we go.
You can't do that with the Bourne Braves.
Nope.
You just cannot do it. I mean, this team, it seems like they always have late-game heroics in their back pocket. And I was talking with Harvey Shapiro a few nights ago. It was at Harwich game. And he told me, he said, the thing about this team that's special is every night it's someone else contributing or making the game-winning play or coming together in order to have those late-game heroics. Last night it was Peter Burns. A few nights ago it was Colby Thomas. The other night it was Tanner Schobel in Harwich, who started a 6-run ninth inning. A week ago, Caden Wallace. I mean, this team just finds a way to win, and it seems like it's a new guy every night finding that way.
Absolutely, no doubt about that. And Peter Burns, going into last night, was hitless in 5 out of his previous 6 games. So he got the big knock last night, propelled the Braves to win. Announcements are being made here a little bit early because the military flyover is happening tonight. It's a very special night. A lot of first responders in the building for tonight's game between the Braves and the Chatham Anglers as the Bravos look to clean off the last team on the Cape Cod League gauntlet, trying to get win number 21 on the first. They're trying to get their first win over Chatham all season. To do that, they rolled out Michael Sansone. And talking to more Chatham people here around the organization, the Achilles heel for this Anglers team has been left-handed pitching. And there's no better left-handed pitcher to me in this league than Michael Sansone. This is a guy, he's not going to light up the radar. He's going to live between 85 and 88, but has a devastating changeup to right-handers, and you throw a left-hander up there, and he is a wipe-out slider who really has all the tools of the trade to be a top arm in this league, and he's shown it all year.
I mean, Michael Sansone, the kid is nasty.
Nasty.
I mean, can I just put it like that? The kid's nasty. I mean, that changeup, we've talked about it so much, but it deserves to be talked about.
So good.
Because I think it's probably the best changeup we've seen on the Cape this summer.
Absolutely. The first time I saw it, I remember we were in Falmouth, and I said, wow.
It's yucky.
I saw it because in Falmouth, where I'm lined up on the sideline is directly behind where the bullpen is. So you're seeing it from behind.
Yeah, like an umpire.
An umpire. Yeah. Well, no, it'd be like right behind the pitcher.
Oh, okay.
So right behind the pitcher. So it'd be like where a field umpire stands.
Okay, all right.
And it just in and out and dives off the table against Lambton.
It needs to be cleaned.
It is good.
It needs to be cleaned.
It is very good. The Fairfield product has been sensational all season long at Cape Cod League All-Star. Gets the ball tonight. So we talked about how great his pitches are, but what can he do tonight to get a win against his Anglers team. The Braves came here a couple weeks ago. Hunter Olmsted got the start, gave up 4 runs in an inning plus. Michael Sansone came in and threw 5 innings, allowing just 1 run. So how does he emulate that performance today?
I don't think this is a question of what does Michael Sansone need to do. I think this is a question of what does the offense need to do for Michael Sansone.
Correct. Yes, I agree.
And they need to score early. I mean, you can't be waiting until 5th, 6th inning to be getting your first run on the board, and you certainly can't put up 1 run through 8 innings or something like that. You got to score early for Michael Sansone. We've seen him all year hold teams to 1, 2 runs at most. What's his most runs he's given up in an outing? Is it 2?
I don't
we
know.
got to check on that.
I don't even know if it's that.
I think it might be 1.
I think it might be 1.
We have to check on that, but I mean, the guy keeps you in ball games. The only way you're going to lose a game with Michael Sansone on the mound is if your offense doesn't come through.
Yep.
So I'm not worried about Michael Sansone. I'm a little bit worried about this Braves offense, and can they score early to give this kid some run support?
I hope they do, because the Braves want to clean off the Cape Cod League gauntlet. I don't know the last time the Braves have beaten every single team in the Cape in the same season, but they have the opportunity to do just that here in Chatham, facing the last team remaining that the Braves haven't beaten, and that is the Anglers. Let's check out the lineup. They're going to roll out to try to do that, and it's pretty much the same as it's been. There is some hiccups in there, but it starts with Christian Knapczyk, as always, leading off and playing shortstop.
Keep the hit streak going, Knapp.
Eight-game hit streak.
Going for 9, leads the league in average. I mean, that's Christian Knapczyk for you. The guy is just a prototypical leadoff hitter, and he's been doing leadoff things.
He's been so good all season long. Plays a very clean shortstop as well, the left-handed bat. An on-base machine.
On-base machine.
On-base machine. The guy who hits behind him, I called a flat-out hitter, and that is Max Anderson playing tonight at DH. The kid from Nebraska, the Big Ten Freshman of the Year, hitting second tonight, but he can flat-out rake.
Max Anderson, still a young guy too, but you can hold a chandelier, or you can hang a chandelier from this kid's ceiling. It's so high. I'm telling you, man. Max Anderson is fantastic. Max Barrels, as they call him. Last night he had a huge hit that tied this ball game. And, I mean, he's just a guy you know is going to produce in that 2-hole. He's
been so good all season long. I love the 1, 2, 3 in this Braves order. I know we've talked about it a lot, but it just doesn't get much better. You go Christian Knapczyk leading off, you go Max Anderson hitting second, and then you finish it off with Dalton Rushing hitting third. And the last time he was here at Veterans Field, put one about 3/4 up the hill in right field, in that right field hill right in front of the fire station.
I mean, that bounced in the street, didn't it? I think it did.
I don't know.
Or it rolled into the street at least.
Okay.
So I'm trying to see if he has a reunion with that street tonight. You think it's going to happen?
I hope so, because it is a pretty short porch here in right field. It's 314 down the right field line, a little bit further, 340 down the left field line. So it's definitely a left-handed hitter, or if you're a good opposite field hitter like Zach Agnos is per se, the power alley is definitely to right center and right field. Watching the Braves hit batting practice today, that's where the balls were leaving the ballpark.
No doubt. Yeah, I mean, this field, definitely the dimensions are quite different from Bourne Park. So when the Braves come out here, we didn't see them get the offense really going last game they played here. We saw the rushing home run. Other than that, pretty quiet. So hopefully they're a little bit adjusted to this, and we see them putting the ball where it needs to be in order to put some runs on the board.
And hopefully that is over the fence and away from the defenders in the field. Braylon Wimmer tonight, I believe it's the first time we're seeing him in right field.
It is.
Typically plays left field, but he's playing in right tonight. He is hitting fourth and playing right field.
Yeah, obviously that game against Falmouth the other night when he got hit.
Yep. There was some question marks.
There was some question marks yesterday, and he looked fine. I mean, even better than fine, like prototypical Braylon Wimmer right there. And I asked him today in BP, I said, how's your hand? He said, it's actually feeling fine. And I said, you looked really good yesterday. It looked like nothing even happened to your hand. He said, yeah, it felt fine when I was swinging. So that's all that really matters, to be honest. I mean, so I'm looking to see what he does tonight. Obviously, this guy has been a RBI machine throughout the year.
So that's pretty standard, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And then it gets a little bit interesting here. It's Colby Thomas's night off, so he's not in the lineup. That means essentially everyone moves up a spot. So Joe Lampe is hitting in the 5 spot tonight. That's a very interesting position to see the center fielder.
Yeah, I mean, this is another guy who has been getting the hits as of late, but he's also been getting on base. I think he had 3 walks the other night. Against, what was that? That was probably the Falmouth game, wasn't it? Harwich game?
When he had 3 walks?
Yeah, he had 3 walks, I believe, yeah. So Reeves is telling us it's the Harwich game.
Okay.
So
yes, it was the Harwich game, because remember, after the game he came over to us.
Oh, yes, it was the Harwich game. Good call, Reeves.
don't
I
give
gotta
Reeves
give credit.
too much
No, I have
credit.
to give credit where
Too
credit's
much-
due.
don't give Reeves
So it was
too
a
much credit.
Harwich game where Lampy had 3 walks. So, yeah, he's kind of like a leadoff guy at the 5 spot tonight.
It's very interesting to see Joe Lampy's name in the 5 hole tonight. The guy who hits behind him is arguably one of the hottest hitters in this Braves lineup. That's Tanner Schobel. He's at second base hitting 6th tonight. Another 3-hit game for him last night, and he seems to just be barreling balls time after time he's in the box.
Yeah, I mean, he has a lot of multi-hit games this season, and again, the consistency has been key for him now that he's playing consistently. We're seeing him hit a groove, and also our next guest on Bravo's Banter.
Yes,
So look out for that.
Catch that episode tomorrow afternoon, maybe sometime around there. Little appetizer before the Braves
Yes,
and the Harwich
exactly.
Mariners tomorrow. Watch our podcast with Tanner Schobel, which drops tomorrow. Then come out to Doran Park and watch the Braves and the Harwich Mariners tomorrow night at 6. But business at hand tonight. Tanner Schobel looking to stay hot. He hits 6 and is playing at second base. Nick Goodwin is back in the outfield. Got his first ever start in the outfield last weekend against Wareham. Ironically, it was Michael Sansone's last start, but Nick Goodwin back out there in left field. He is hitting 6 tonight.
Well, he's a seasoned veteran in left now. I mean, you really can't go wrong with Nicky Goodwin in left.
I don't know if seasoned veteran
This guy's the next
is
Willie
the
Mays
term.
out in the outfield, I'll tell you what. But, yeah, maybe not seasoned veteran, second start out there. But we didn't see too much from him in left. I mean, I think he probably got like 1 or 2 fly balls in Wareham. So
Yes.
I want to see.
He wasn't tested.
I want Nick Goodwin taking over the entire outfield, man. Ball hit to right field. I want Goodwin running over there and catching it.
I don't love that
Right
strategy, especially when you got a guy like Joe Lampy in center field, who is one of the best defensive outfielders
Yeah, he's got it.
in the league. And Joe Lampy and Braylon Wimmer fly. They are two of the
Yeah.
fastest guys. I think they are the 1-2 fastest guy in the team. So they give Nick Goodwin a little bit of leeway out there in left field with those two guys in center and right. Zach Agnos, he's in the 8 spot tonight playing at third base. Got a pinch hit at bat last night, couldn't convert. But he's still been up and down this year. Had the home run the other night. Had an RBI against Harwich. He was in the lineup for 4 straight days. Was out of the lineup last night. Back in there tonight playing at his defensive strong suit, third base.
Yeah, obviously when he had those 4 straight games, he hit the absolute nuke to left field over the batting cage out there at Dorn. But another guy who started off the season playing every other day. So, again, consistency could be a thing. Like, if you're in the lineup one day and out the next day, it's really hard to get hot. So, now that he's playing more, hopefully we can see some more production offensively.
Yes, hopefully Zach Agnos can get it going. He tells you, his power alleys are to right field. So hopefully he does that. We're going to take a quick pause here as we're setting up for the national anthem here at Veterans Field. The festivities are coming up, so we are going to hop off for a second and hop back on and continue before the Bravos.
New England and Air Station Cape Cod. Sector Southeast New England covers an area from Provincetown to Watch Hill, Rhode Island, and 200 plus miles out to sea. Leading the shipmates, Captain Richard Schultz and Captain Robert Potter, Commanding Officer, Air Station Cape Cod. Now entering the field, police and firefighter first responders. Police are led on to Veterans Field by Chatham Chief Mark Polina, who's also a member of the Chatham Athletic Association, the Anglers Board, and joined by Massachusetts State Troopers. the field led by Chief David D. Pasquale, EMS Captain Mark Heller, Firefighter Seth Carter, Lieutenant James Young, Lieutenant Scott Long. On the hill, behind right field, duty crew staying close to the station, Captain Ryan Clark, Lieutenant Gerard Smith, Firefighter Bill Dealin, Firefighter Nick Pelkey, Firefighter Mike LaPriori, and Firefighter Stacy Henderson. Now it's our pleasure to introduce to you, for the blessing of the first responders, Ethan Everetts, Lieutenant Commander, U.S. Navy Chaplain, joined by his two sons, Chaplain Everetts.
Let us pray. Eternal Father, we gather this night in celebration and humbleness. We celebrate the resiliency and dedication of humanity that has overcome and continues to overcome the challenges we have faced this past year. We thank you for the women and men who have never stopped caring and responding to those in need. Though not all can be here tonight, we thank you for those standing here that represent our first responders, frontline workers, and those who have kept the nation moving forward when time itself seemed to stop. The sacrifices, time, and energy that they and their families dedicated can never fully be repaid. But what we do offer them this night is our honor, respect, and gratitude. As we continue to move forward each day, give us all the wisdom and convictions we need to be a part of the fight that helps these first responders and our neighbors. Let's not be crippled by fear or pride, but empowered in our humility, love, and respect for one another. So as we enjoy America's favorite pastime, let your spirit be with us and also with all those who continue to respond, giving us the peace and security we have each night. In your name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain Everetts. And now for tonight's national anthem. Ellie O'Reilly has grown up going to Anglers games and interned with the team for 3 summers in college. She's from Northern Virginia and graduated from Cornell University, where she sang in an a cappella group all 4 years. She will be attending King's College, London in the fall for a master's degree in arts and cultural management after working at the Atwood Museum over the past winter and spring. Ellie has sung the anthem for many of the Anglers games and is excited to be back at Veterans Field. A better person in the world you will not find than Ellie O'Reilly. Tonight's national anthem, Ellie O'Reilly.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
The great Ellie like to introduce two of the finest pilots in our nation. They are at the controls of the Sikorsky HM-60 Jayhawk helicopter, powered by GE 1600 HP turbofan jet engines. And now the spirit of Cape Cod from the sound of freedom. The spirit of Cape Cod and the sound of freedom. Now for tonight's first pitch. We're going to have three first pitches tonight.
Y'all come back on air. Go ahead, come back on.
Well, those are the pregame festivities here at Veterans Field in Chatham. I hope you can hear a little bit through our headsets of what went down. It was a helicopter flyover, a lot of first responders on the field here at Veterans Field. But we're getting you set for the Braves and the Chatham Anglers, game number 27 of the Braves season, and they go for win number 21 tonight. We'll run through the lineup again in case you missed it the first time. We didn't get to our 9-hitter. We'll talk about him in just a minute. But Christian Knapczyk leads off playing shortstop. Max Anderson playing DH tonight, not in the field, playing DH. Hits second. Dalton Rushing, the first baseman, hits third. Braylon Wimmer making his first start in right field. He hits fourth. Joe Lampe, the first time we're seeing him in the 5 spot. He hits fifth in center field. Tanner Schobel, who's red hot right now, playing at second base, hits sixth. Nick Goodwin, we're getting his second appearance in left field for the Braves. He hits seventh. Zach Agnos playing at third base hits eighth. And let's talk about the 9-hitter. John Garcia, the first time we're getting to see him. Just got to the Braves this week. Had a pinch hit appearance a couple nights ago against Falmouth. He's at Monroe College. That's what they have listed on the board. We all know he's transferring to Grambling State next year. But this guy can pick it, receive it, and throw it with the best of them behind the plate. A really, really fun player to watch defensively wise.
I have yet to see much from him defensively. We obviously haven't seen him behind the dish.
Yes.
Exactly. So tonight I'm really looking forward to that.
Absolutely.
Because everything I've heard about this kid, from our MLB scout liaison Theo, from our baseball ops guys Daniel and Connor, from the coaches, from the players, this guy is a defensive stud.
Absolutely.
And when Dalton Rushing was in the dugout, when John Garcia arrived to Bourne, he was coming in with his jersey. Dalton Rushing asked him, he said, "So, you got a good arm?" And John Garcia's response, he just kind of chuckled. So that's how you know he's got a good arm. That's how you know he's got a good arm.
That's binding, knowing that he's got a good arm.
This guy is outstanding defensively.
So he hits ninth. That's the Braves' order behind Michael Sansone, who's making his 5th appearance tonight. I believe just his 2nd start. Gave 5 strong innings last time he was here at Veterans Field. The Braves lost that game 5-2. Looking for a little bit of revenge tonight and trying to finish off the Cape League sweep by beating every team on the Cape. 9 down, 1 to go. The Anglers are taking the field, so give me your pick to pop.
Much like Drake and MJ, I'm going back-to-back. I'm going Christian Knapczyk tonight, baby.
This guy is staying with someone red hot. I'll go someone red hot, too. I'm going Tanner Schobel.
All right, I like it.
2 of the hottest players on this team, Christian Knapczyk, Tanner Schobel. Our picks to pop tonight, just a couple of minutes away, just a couple seconds away from first pitch between the Braves and the Chatham Anglers here from Veterans Field. It should be a fun one. Reeves and Daniel have the call in just a couple of seconds. Enjoy the game, everybody.
Well, one of the most incredible nights here in the Cape Cod Baseball League leads you into one of the best matchups here of the season. A team that has had the Bourne Braves number throughout the year, a team that is 1-0-1 against the Bravos back here at Veterans Field. It could not be a more perfect night for baseball, with the sunny blue skies, soon to be under the lights, with the Anglers, the class of the Cape Cod League, and the Bourne Braves, the class of the 2021 Cape League season. Reeves Jackson, Daniel Coates, happy to have you with us. First pitch just near us here at Veterans Field. Daniel Coates, what a night this is.
Gorgeous night, and you know, Calvin said something before the game that really stuck with me. You know, we have dominated the entire league other than these time to do so tonight. We are 0-1-1 against them. Most recently, we were back here and we lost start, but a new start on Military Appreciation Night, and what a fun.
Indeed, first pitch to Christian Knapczyk is a ball high from the Texas right-hander Tanner Witt. As an abbreviated into right field. Over there is Hogan. He's under it. He makes the first catch, and Knapczyk is retired on the second pitch of the evening. Well, Daniel, Tanner Witt, a 6'6", 215-pounder, as we mentioned, from Texas, out of Houston, Texas, And on the year, Daniel, Tanner Witt has been pretty good. 0-1, a 3.37 ERA. He has struck out 10 in 8 innings. Obviously had his late arrival due to Texas playing in the College World Series.
Yeah, the batting average against him is 172. That's really good for the Texas Longhorn. And he starts things off against Christian Knapczyk, who's looking for his 9th hit in consecutive games in a row. He's unable to do so in his first start, but here goes Max Anderson.
Yeah, Max Anderson is going to rifle a single into center field, and the Braves are in the hit column early tonight. If you remember the last time the Braves were here, they scored in that first inning. It was a Dalton Rushing home run that was near the fire station. But then the Braves were heavily outscored throughout the first 2 innings. They ended up losing that game by a final of 5-2. That was the game in which Hunter Omlad started. As tonight, Michael Sansone on the mound. Here is Dalton Rushing. He was the man who provided the offense for the Braves with that long home run in the first inning. First pitch from Witt. Rushing takes a fastball. It is a beautiful night, sunny skies, sun gleaming down on the big Chatham crowd here as we have the Military Appreciation Night, First Responders Night as well. And we had the helicopter flyover from the United States Coast Guard. How about that presentation? Nobody does it better in the league than Chatham.
No, certainly not. And one of the prettiest fields that we're going to come across in Veterans Field. And the last time Dalton Rushing was here in his first at-bat against the Anglers, he popped one way deep towards the Chatham Fire Department. That was his 3rd home run of the season. He's leading the team right now in 4 home runs. Hopefully he can do it again with a man on base at first and Max Anderson.
Rushing takes a fastball and a called strike. Good pitch there from Tanner Witt. Tanner Witt fastball is going to be 92-94. He's got a good fastball on him. Just saw 93 a minute ago, 92 on that fastball to Dalton Rushing. Always love coming to the stadiums that have the radar gun represented on the scoreboard. 1-2 from Witt to Rushing. This one is poked shallow left center. Out goes Rivera. He calls off the outfielders and makes the catch for out number 2. So good start here for Tanner Witt. Early allowed the single to Anderson, but has gotten a fly out and a pop out from the likes of the Louisville Cardinals of Knapczyk and Rushing. And here's Braylon Wimmer.
And we talked in the pregame show about Braylon Wimmer and maybe him taking over for Caden Wallace after his departure a week ago, just before the Harwich Mariners game. And he came in last night, another reason why we got the victory over the Orleans Firebirds. He had a double that ended up with an RBI and a single, so he has proven to be a key part of this lineup.
Wimmer hitting .286 on the year, 2 homers and 16 runs driven in. Tied for the team lead with Dalton Rushing, who just popped out to short. This is a Chatham team that has had the Braves number, Daniel. We talked about it on the pregame. I'm sure Nick and Calvin talked about it on Before the Bravos, but 1-0-1 against the Braves, including a 5-2 win here. As Rushing pokes this one right side, that's through for a base hit. Anderson will take a turn at second quickly, but the Braves with 2 first-inning singles. We know how they love to hit with 2 outs, and they have another opportunity to do so here.
How about streak? And we were talking about Caden Wallace, his departure, how much we were going to miss him, but Braylon Wimmer has stepped up to the challenge and more. He continues his hot streak with a base hit right now, and here we go with Joe Lampe, who's seeing the 5 spot for the first time this season, Reeves.
Yeah, rounding out this Braves order for you at home, Joe Lampe batting 5th, 6th Tanner Schobel, 7th Nick Goodwin, he's in the left, 8th is Zach Agnos, 9th the catcher in his first start, John Garcia. So we've seen Joe Lampe at the leadoff spot, obviously. We've seen him move around to the tail end of the lineup, rounding out at the 9 hole. We've seen him most frequently in the 6 spot, even saw him in the 7 hole. Tonight we see him in the 5 spot. So yeah, Joe Lampe really getting a taste of every spot in this Braves order. And a big situation here early on for the Braves, trying to strike first. 1-0, Lampe takes a strike. Good pitch there from Tanner Witt at 92.
Yeah, great pitch from Tanner Witt. 1-1 with 2 outs, with 2 men in scoring position, or 2 men on base, I should say. Max Anderson in scoring position. He has a good lead over there, and he's elusively speedy. So any base hit from Joe Lampe could prove the first run for the Braves.
Good pitch there from Witt. Fastball outer half at 93, catches the corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Braves with 2 hits in this first inning. Anderson and Wimmer. Every other batter so far in the first 4 has gotten on. Knapczyk flew out to right, and Rushing popped out to Rivera, the shortstop. Defense for the Anglers. Left to right, DeLeo, Tranquil, Hogan left. Third to first, Lavari, Rivera, Soretti, Miller Green, battery combination, Romero Jr., and Witt. As Lampe watches that fastball, missed down and away. Count goes even 2-2, and early on for the Braves, deuces wild here in the top of the first.
Joe Lampe has been bouncing around the middle of the lineup, Reeves, and now finds himself in the 5 spot, and with the situation in the top of the first to take a lead over the Anglers for the first time this season. And what a way to do so at Veterans Field. He has men on first and second, and
swing and a miss, strike 3. The changeup pulled the string at 82 from Tanner Witt, and the Anglers in the top of the first. Lampe goes down swinging. It's the Braves 0. The Anglers coming up in the bottom of the first against Michael Sansone.
Baseball. Use of camera or video equipment must not.
Reeves Jackson and Daniel Coates back with you from Veterans Field here in Chatham, Massachusetts, here on the Cape. The picture-perfect night, and when you think of Cape nights, you think of Veterans Field here at Chatham, and you think of nights like this. We will be along with our audio broadcast. Daniel, what a special presentation we had prior to tonight's game. Obviously celebrating first responders, the Coast Guard flyover. Take us through what we saw here. We turned the mics on so you could hear at home if you didn't tune into the Chatham broadcast. But, Daniel, if for folks at home wondering what we saw, take us through what the special presentation presented us tonight.
Definitely. A couple of dozen United States Coast Guard members as well as police and firefighters here from Chatham Anglers. And we see them out there in the right field where the fire department sits. And that's where Dalton Rushing pushed one just 2 weeks ago to deep right field. But we also saw a flyover by the United States Coast Guard helicopter, and just a special Saturday night here in Chatham, and looking for the Braves' first win against this Chatham Anglers team. They have dominated this league other than the Chatham Anglers, which they have a lot.
Speaking of dominating this league, that's exactly what Fairfield lefty and Brave starter Michael Sansone has done this year. First pitch strike to Danny Soretti. Sansone second in the Cape League in ERA, with just a 1.00 ERA on the season. 3-0 is Sansone, and as Calvin Cristoforo mentioned in our pregame Tomahawk, every time Sansone has been on the mound, he has won player of the game. Sansone making his 5th appearance on the year. It's his 2nd start. 18 innings for Sansone, 17 strikeouts. Daniel, 5 shutout innings in his last start against the Wareham Gatemen, and 8 strikeouts the last time he faced these Anglers out of relief. This one, swing and a miss. And strike 3. That takes care of Danny Soretti on 3 pitches. Strike 2, and Sansone off to a hot start tonight.
Yeah, that speaks to his effectiveness. Something that you're going to have to keep an eye out on is that changeup that our Calvin Cristoforo has so clearly told us that it really dives deep and away, but he finishes him off with the fastball high and inside. And again, Michael Sansone skipping no beats here.
Here's Matt Hogan. He is tonight's right fielder. First pitch, swing and a miss. And going against the grain, obviously, normal thinking would tell you that a lefty would have more success against an opposing lefty. Sansone, on the other hand, has much more success against opposing righties due to the fact that he utilizes that changeup down and away to righties, which makes it so tough to hit. Breaking ball, swing and a miss, strike 2. It's really kind of a 2-scenario option for Sansone. He goes primarily with the breaking ball to lefties due to the spin away from to the downward action that it has going away from right-handers. Sansone, 0-2 here to Hogan. It's a breaking ball in the dirt, stopped up there by John Garcia. The Braves' defense tonight, left to right, looks like this. Goodwin in left, Lampe in center, and Wimmer in right for the first time this season. Third to first, Agnos, Knapczyk, Schobel, and Rushing. And John Garcia gets his first start, but second appearance behind the plate, catching Michael Sansone.
Garcia with his first start on the season, but the second time we've seen him, and he has known as one of the best defensive catchers that you're going to see down here on the Cape. Not necessarily the best batter, but he's coming in with all of the intangibles that you need behind the plate defensively.
That one was fouled off on the 1-2 from the lefty Matt Hogan. Lefty-lefty matchup here. 1-2 from Sansone. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Strike 3. The first 2 hitters Sansone has retired after he struck out 8 Chatham Anglers in his last outing. The Braves coming to tonight's matchup, Daniel, at 23-3. A walk-off win a night ago after Peter Bourne set one up the middle as the Braves took down the Orleans Firebirds, a division rival to the Chatham Anglers. Tonight, Chatham coming into this matchup at 10-15-3. They are stuck in the basement of this Eastern Division as Josh Rivera, the shortstop, steps in. 3-hole hitter for the Anglers. Sansone winds and deals. First pitch, change-up, swing and a miss.
I'll tell you what, Sansone is making quick work of this top of the first. Something that they've struggled with is letting up hits with 2 outs, but Sansone starting him off there with his quintessential change-up to Rivera, who's batting .223 from Florida. Looking to end this inning quickly.
Grounded over to third, and that's past Zach Agnos, the usual sure-handed third baseman for the Braves. Had an in-between hop, tricky play there. That'll go as a base hit more than likely, and it does. Rivera, a hard hit ball into left, and the Anglers have their first hit of the night.
Yeah, nothing really that Agnos could do there. It was going to have to be a stab play, and just couldn't get the glove on it. Not much you can do. I mean, Rivera hit that so hard. It's a really tough play down on the hot corner over there.
There's Garrett Martin, the designated hitter for the Anglers. Martin from McLennan Community College, a right-hander. And takes a first pitch, then misses down and away.
Sansone now dealing with a base runner for the first time today. He's back in the stretch. And McLennan Community College, and that one hits him.
Yeah.
So Garrett Martin will make his way down to second, and Rivera will make his way down to second, and he'll be down at first.
So Martin, aboard with a hit by pitch, and all of a sudden, after 2 consecutive strikeouts in what Sansone looked like an easy bottom half of this first inning, all of a sudden has runners at first and second for a guy that hit a home run off of Sansone the last time these Braves came to Chatham in Lyle Miller Green. Miller Green is a bit of a wild card at the plate as he takes a changeup for a called strike. We talked about 3 true outcomes a night ago on the broadcast. Well, I don't think anybody represents that better here in the Cape League than Lyle Miller Green. He's second in the Cape League in home runs. He leads the league in strikeouts and has a plethora of walks to go along with it. When you think about the epitome of 3 true outcome guys, he grounds this one to second. Over there is Tanner Schobel. Gets the in-between hop and tosses over to Dalton Rushing. And Michael Sansone just as winners as we head to the second scoreless. Back with you here, top of the second inning, as the Braves will lead off with Tanner Schobel, followed by Nick Goodwin and Zach Agnos. They're 6, 7, and 8 hitters tonight. against the 6'6" Tanner Witt. Scoreless here, something that this game was not used to seeing the last time we were at Veterans Field about 2 weeks ago as a fastball taken high by Schobel. Count is 1-0.
Witt stranded both Braylon Wimmer and Max Anderson in what was a quick top of the first. Although he has let up his first 2 hits of the game, Tanner Schobel coming in red hot into this game for the Virginia Tech Hokie, looking to get back to 2-0 count and ahead of Witt.
2-0 the count here to Tanner Schobel. As Witt deals and Schobel sends a drive into left field. Going back there is DeLeo, shy of the warning track. He makes the catch. A deep fly out for Schobel, but he's the first victim of Witt here in the second.
And I'll tell you what, this place here at Veterans Field is an absolute launch pad today. That was a routine fly ball, but it continued to go just shy of the warning track, and I think we're going to see it.
Well, the windup of Tanner Witt is an interesting one. He starts out like any starting pitcher would from the windup, and then as soon as he starts his motion, he takes that left foot, the front foot, and plants it in front of his right foot almost like a hit delivery before he delivers home a first pitch ball high to Nick Goodwin.
Goodwin back in the lineup. He is a wild card in this lineup. He's been up and down the entire season at the plate. Looking to go against Witt and get that third hit against him. The Texas Longhorn pitcher has been effective, although he's let up a handful of hits thus far, but a quick first inning.
A breaking ball called strike there to Nick Goodwin. 1-1. As Goodwin watches that one miss away. Looked like a changeup. 2-1 the count here to Nick Goodwin. Goodwin has been seen in multiple positions, 4 in fact for the Braves this year. Obviously the 2 middle infield spots, second and short. He's been seen at third base, and he's been seen twice in left field, making his second start there. Cuts through a fastball 2-2.
Yeah, and a beautiful night that's turning quickly from sun in right field into what's soon to be fully under the lights here at Veterans Field as he takes one high and outside for a 3-2 count. But Nick Goodwin on the season has been up and down, as I mentioned, from Kansas State, batting .218.
Well, if there's any team the Braves have struggled with offensively this season, Goodwin fouls one off the brick backstop. Count remains full. It's been these Chatham Anglers. Just 5 combined runs against Chatham on the season. Obviously, the Braves were lucky to escape with that 3-3 tie. That was at Bourne at the beginning of the season. And then here at Veterans Field a few weeks ago, the Braves in rushing. But, Daniel, this is a Chatham team that has been able to neutralize the Braves offensively as Nick Goodwin ball 2 away.
Yeah, for Nick Goodwin, that is going to be his 22nd strikeout of the season. He's very similar to Josh Moylan, where he's still looking to find his footing in the Cape League, and he's in the lineup every other game. It seems he's taken down by pitches on a 3-2 payoff pitch from Witt. That was a beautiful breaking ball that dropped off the table on the inner half. Moving towards the bottom of the second quickly, but not if Zach Agnos has anything to say.
Here is Zach Agnos, and he takes the ball outside, 1-0. Agnos in the 8th spot for the Braves tonight. He is playing defensively at third. Quickly ahead in the count. 2 balls in, no strikes. Well, Zach Agnos leads this team in walks per at-bat. Obviously, Agnos with a sample size of just over 50.